Moshi moshi minasan. Konnichiwa. Sorry, I forgot about my Japanese thing. But yeah, I'm sorry again, guys. I just want to say I'm sorry for not making any video for the past few days. Oh, just want to say thank you, Six, for making this thumbnail. Mostly I use my thumbnails for making, what should I say, on Instagram, than doing it like this. I'm sorry, but yeah. So basically, this is what if female Deku was the daughter of Gon and Killua. This would be a Hunter x Hunter X MHA. So basically, yes. So you already know, Kurapika will die in the anime when Gon and Killua are basically 13 and a half, 12 and a half, or should I say 13. So basically, when Kurapika died, he will get also reincarnated. He will be reincarnated in this what if also. So yeah, basically, just want to say the Hunter exam and UA are kind of different. There's a Hunter society, or a Hunter society, and a Hero society. Basically, the Hunters take care of the bad villains, or what should I say, the villains that has bounties on their heads. Or should I say, go with the mafia. They find different kinds of species of animals, basically, yeah, like that. Hunters for treasures, obviously, there's that. And other kinds of hunters like bounty hunters, gourmet hunters, treasure hunters, discovery hunters, I forgot. Basically like that. Just want to say, only a few people know in Japan that the Hunter Society actually exists. Some the heroes, some of the high-ranking people in the whole of Japan. Also in the US and different kinds of, what should I call it? Countries. So, and basically I'll put the intro in.
Hello, hello, can you hear me as I scream your name? Hello, hello, do you need me before I fade away? Is this a place that I call home to find what I've become? Walk along the path unknown.
Guys, I actually have some news. Just for cutting out the intro, but a long time ago my phone got, I don't know, deleted all my photos. I don't know why, but it's fine, I can get them back after this, so you don't have to worry. And basically, let's continue with what if. So, yeah. Basically, the Hunter exam will be any kind of age, except for like 9 below or 8 below age. So basically every what if that I'm gonna do, basically Gon and Killua will be 38 or something, 38 years old in this. So yeah, I'll just explain. You already know, guys, Kurapika will die. The Zoldyck family is still alive. Her aunt will be obviously a Lucas Zoldyck herself. Her uncle is obviously Leorium. Her grandfather, great grandfather, basically Silva and Xenos. No, Xenos. Frick. Yes, Zoldyck. So her uncles, basically you already know Maluki, and she considers aunt, or should I say aunt, to Aluka and Kaluto. If you don't know who is Aluka and Kaluto, basically they're both boys. They're not girls, but just I don't know why, but Kikyo Zoldyck basically made them dress up as girls so they can think they're a girl. So yeah, that's why. So let's start a bit. Basically, just for plot, Gon actually got pregnant. Yeah, I know. Basically, they gave birth to a baby girl that they named Isu. Galila or Ganji or Kalina. Yeah, Kalina will be good. Basically, Canela was born in July 15th, 2015. I don't know. Basically, July 15th, 2005 or 2002 or something like that for you guys. But yeah. So she was born as a Zoldyck. I'll skip. She was a beautiful baby girl. She had curly hair like her father, and green and black hair like Gon. So, when she was 2 years old, she can already walk and talk, and she called Killua Dad, and for Gon, Papa. Basically, yeah. So, when she started to talk, basically, yes, Nen still exists in this, but she will not have a quirk. It would be her Nen, or they consider it as a quirk. So, but yeah. Kalina will never get a quirk. Or basically get All Might's quirk. Because, yeah. So basically when she was 2, she sees her father's, or should I say Papa and Dad, aka Gon and Killua, training in the backyard. They have a huge house. And so when she sees them training, she can see white stuff coating them. And she sees that her dad's, or Gon and Killua, wasn't getting any scratches, wasn't getting any bruises like that. And she goes and said, Dad, Papa? And they stopped for a second saying, and Gon said, yes, sweetie? Yes, my little pumpkin? And saying, what's that aura coming out of you? Saying, oh, they both look at each other saying, "She can see Nen at 2 years old," said Killua, saying, "I don't really know. I mean, this is new," said Gon, and saying, "What is this power, Papa? Dad?" She both asked her parents, and Gon said, "Let's tell her. She'll be really confused." And Killua said, "Yeah." And basically, they said, "Sweetie, it's Nen. Nen is basically like life energy flowing through you. Everyone has it in the whole world, but some people can use it. But for others, they can't because they don't really know what's Nen or something like that." And said, "Really?" And saying, "Yes." And she asked, How many people do know Nen?" "Mostly 20 or 15% of the population. There are people called hunters, like me and your papa over here," said Killua. And Gon said, "Yes, your uncle's aunt, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather actually knows Nen." And I said, "Oh, great-great-grandfather." And Killua said, "You'll meet them when you are 5. Saying, "Okay." And she asked, "So how can I get Nen? Or open my Nen thingies?" She said, they actually explained everything about Nen and said, "We'll teach you when you get older." And basically she said, "No, I want to know it now." She goes to hug Gon, and basically Gon picks her up and saying, "Sweetie, you're too young. It will basically break your bones." And basically when Gon basically picked her up, her Nen note started to release the amount of power that she has. And he said, "Is our daughter a prodigy?" said Killua. And the goat said, "I think she is. But I want her to be a normal child." And Killua said, "Yeah, she is our little princess after all," said Killua. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah. Basically, she started training on her Nen. I'll skip when she is 5. Kurapika will be also born. I'll give him a POV later, or a perspective. So, sorry about that, guys. Wait a second. Sorry about the cut, guys, but I'm fine-ish. But I'm fine, obviously. Sorry about the cut, guys. Again, I have to drink water. So, yeah. Basically, let's skip 3 years later. Basically, they were going to a... Just wanna say... Basically, the Zoldyck mansion is actually in Japan. So, you already know that. So basically, they go half the country. Why? Because I'm not making them having Mount Fuji, one of the biggest volcanoes or something like that. So basically they go to I forgot what's the mountain, I forgot the volcano name. So basically when they got there, Killua opens the testing gates. And basically she said, "Papa, Dad, why these gates are too big?" And basically, Gon and Killua said, these are the testing gates. Basically, the Zoldyck family. Saying, but I'm a part of the Zoldyck family. Papa is too. And they said, yes. And saying, I don't know how you can do this, but... And basically, they go inside the Zoldyck estate. Gon and Killua open the seventh door with ease. And she asks, whoa, Dad and Papa are pretty strong. He said, basically, Gon did a piggyback ride, basically on shoulders, and basically said, yay, Papa's giving me a piggyback ride. She started giggling, and when they see the old man, I forgot his name, basically he said, Master Killua, Master Gon, and Master Canela. Yeah, I'll change your name to Canela. So, said, and she said, Papa, who's he? And saying, and he said, and saying, it's a pleasure to meet you, young master. I forgot his name. Comment down below what's his name, guys. So, yeah. And basically, she introduces herself and saying, it's nice to meet you, mister. I'm Canela. Saying, of course. What are you doing here, Master Killua? Basically, he said to his young master, and saying, I'm here to visit my family. And my daughter over here are pretty interested on the Zoldyck family. And he said, of course, the young Zoldyck, the young daughter, the daughter of Master Gon and Killua, that your mother and your great-grandfather and your grandfather and your father, obviously, and your mother will be excited to see you. I'll call them right now that you're here. And they said, like, that would be good, said Killua. And basically, hearing the phone with the Zoldycks, and basically the Zoldyck butler. And he said to the other head butlers, I forgot that, I know the guy died, because, yeah. And basically, he said to the other butlers, inform the other Zoldycks that Master Gon and Killua are here. And Canary said, Master Gon and Killua are here? And they have a visitor with them. And Canary said, who's the visitor? You'll find out soon. And basically, when they told Kikyo and Silva, they were surprised that they visit their household in a long time. And basically, they go outside the house, and basically, Gon and Killua were running through, going in front of the volcano, and they see the mansion. Basically, Gon and Killua basically stop, and they see the Silva, Genos, Maha, Kikyo, Illumi. I don't think Illumi will be there. Why? I'm making the ship for Illumi Hisoka because I found a lot of freaking ships on Hisoka X Illumi. I think they're cute. Oh yeah. If you watch Six Mista's live stream or something, I think Hisoka is like a big brother to me because don't judge me, but I like creepy stuff. Creepy stuff is kind of my thing. Not gonna lie, but yeah. So basically, when they go and Kikyo looks at Gon, looks at the little girl on Gon's shoulder, and she said, "Is this our?" And Killua nods and saying, "Yes, Mom. This is your granddaughter." And she goes and say, "Oh my God, you're so precious." And basically, yeah, Gon, she goes to pick, and basically Gon put her down, and Kikyo said, "May I?" And Gon nodded and saying, "Yes, Mom." Basically, she goes and say, "Oh my God, you're so cute. Can I dress her up?" Saying she is a girl after all. And Kikyo was surprised, saying, I never expect you guys going to be pregnant at some point. That is surprising." And Gon said, "I don't really know myself." So basically, Kikyo basically said, "What's your name, little one?" I said, "Canela." "Grandma?" I said, "She called me Grandma." And basically, Maha goes and saying, "Wow, so this is my great, great, great grandchild." And I just want to say, I think Maha Zoldyck will be like 158 years old, or 178 or something. Because I'm correct, when I saw him in the Wikipedia, he was 97 years old. And for I don't really remember, but yeah. And she goes, pats her hand and saying, "So you're Grandpa Maha, right?" Saying, "Yes, child." And basically, Zena goes to see his great great granddaughter, and he's saying, "Ma, I never seen a baby like you. Your Grandpa Zeno, right?" Said precisely. No. Basically, she sees a buff silver-head man and saying, "So this is my granddaughter." And basically Killua nods saying, "Yeah, Dad." And saying, "Haluka and Kaluto will be fond of her." And basically he said, "I don't know for Lumi, but basically we see a dust cloud in the background saying, "Kill us home." Basically, Hisoka was beside him, and he started saying, "Ah, Gon, nice to see you, my little brother." And saying, "Hi, big brother." He's so..." And basically, Killua hugged him, saying, "He's mine. Mine. Don't touch him, you pedophilic clown." giving him a death glare, saying, "Don't touch my baby," or something. And basically, he goes to see little Canela and said, "Oh, who might this be?" Said Hisoka, and saying, "Are you Uncle Hisoka?" And he said, "Uncle?" And he said, and basically, just want to say, when Illumi actually knows her, and saying, "Oh, is this Canela?" And Gon and Killua nod, saying, "Yes, big brother," said Killua. And he goes to look at his eyes. Illumi's eyes were dull, and saying, "You have a pretty daughter." And he said, "May I?" said Illumi, saying. And basically, she started giggling, saying, "Uncle Illumi is so cool." And basically, Hisoka said, "How about Uncle Hisoka?" And saying, "You're kinda creepy, Uncle Hisoka, but I think you're cool too." Basically, Hisoka said, "Ah." And basically, he started smiling, saying, "I never met such a truthful and wonderful child. I can't believe she's my niece. I'm so happy." I don't know what I'm doing. Just for plot, guys, but yeah. So basically, Kikyo give her a few dresses, I guess, like a kimono or something like that. And basically, yeah. So I'll skip 5 years, 7 more years. She's 12, and basically she has her dad's. She actually has a pretty good control of her nen. She's not a enhancer or not a a emitter like Killua. She's actually a specialist because when she puts her nen in the glass, basically it starts to flow, and the water tastes sweet at to flow, and the water tastes sweet at the same time. And one more thing, the cup breaks and turned into ice. So that's why. So basically, she's training her nen. It will be basically one for all. I guess she will call it one for all or something. But yeah. So basically, she goes to make her nen like her father's, or basically her dad and papa's nen, and combining it to be, I guess, not green lightning, like golden lightning, like basically not white, blue or something. Golden lightning that enhances her whole body, making her really fast and making her hair stand a little, not a lot, like Killua's spiky hair when he uses Godspeed. So basically, she asked her dad if she can go to the hunter exam. The hunter exam was pretty easy for her. I guess I still have time. I can make that whole hunter exam just for you guys. Basically, she knows Bisky because she's her grandmother. I think Bisky is like 100 years old now. No, 100 years old. She's 57 when she met Gon. So she's 58 when Kurapika died. After 10 years, like 30, 15 years plus 12 27 years. Wait a second, guys. So, I got the age. She is 84 years old. So yeah, basically when she goes to the hunter exam, she met a blonde boy. Yes, this is gonna be Kurapika. Basically, she knows what quirk is. She's not a over fanboyantly. Like, she's not a freaking fangirl over all the heroes. She only likes Eraserhead because she thinks All Might's pretty good, but he doesn't have technique in his fighting style. He only has punches that are really powerful with his power. So basically, she is so fond of Eraserhead. Being a specialist, she already knows how to use her Nen properly. So yeah, she knows Aloka and Kaluto in this. She also knows Leorio, but yeah. Basically, she goes to Hunter exam. It's almost like Killua and Gon's Hunter exam, basically. Except for the whole... what should I say? Except for the whole island part. And... Trick Tower arc, like the Trick Tower part of the exam. So basically, she goes to run like a few miles, like 100 miles or something. She was started running and met this boy with blonde hair, gray eyes. Looks a little feminine, but his still name is gonna be called Kurapika, because I can't think of another name for him. So basically, she started running beside this blonde-haired boy having gray eyes, and Kurapika already knows this because his parents are also a hunter. But yeah, so basically they started running. After a few minutes later, she was getting bored but still was patient. And the blonde boy speak up and say, hi. And she goes to say, oh, hi. And saying, I'm Kurapika. It's nice to meet you. And saying, I'm Canela. It's nice to meet you, Kurapika. And basically, they both started talking with each other. And yeah. So when they start talking, they got out there pretty fast. Santos was still the one that, gives the whole thing. So they asked, is this the second phase? He says, no, we have to basically cross this forest that nobody in the whole Japan doesn't want to go. Because it's one of the most dangerous forests that has this beast called other kinds of strange beasts that are dangerous. And basically they said, okay. And yeah. So the monkey guy came in and saying that guy is a fake. And Canela already knows who's the real one because she doesn't sense any nen at the other guy. And basically she said, he's the one who's lying. I mean, if... And basically he shows the mad face ape also. It said, a real hunter can already kill that mad face ape with a single swipe of a finger. And you think that I will believe you? I mean, it's kind of stupid. If you want everyone to believe in you, you are also a mad-faced ape that only wants us for human flesh and basically, yeah. And he said, how? And basically she pulls out the dagger and slicing his head off and saying, this is a waste of time, right? She goes to ask Kurapika and say, of course it is. It was pretty easy to say that he wasn't the real examiner. And basically everyone in the hunter's exam saying, how? And basically he said, can we continue, Mr. Santos? And he said, of course. So he was thinking, wait, green hair, curly, having a bright smile. I think this is gonna kill us, kid. He was thinking this would be an interesting hunter exam. So basically, when they started still running, everything goes the same like in canon, except for Hisoka, with only Uriel, but that would be so freaking boring. But yeah, so they got their hunter's license. Kurapika was actually both of them are really good friends, and basically he said, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's really nice to meet you, Kurapika. We became friends really fast, doesn't it? And Kurapika said, yeah, it does. So, what are you gonna do with your hunter exam? I mean, with your hunter's license? And she said, I mean, train more. I'm getting used to my nen. He said, you know nen too? He's saying, isn't it obvious our auras are basically leaking? Or should I say, the ones who knows nen, that they can see our auras open? And he said, oh yeah. And saying, I guess it would be fun. So, and basically, Kurapika said, wait, wanna keep in touch? And basically, they got, exchanged numbers. And he said, and say, I'll text you if, how about we, chat if we have free time? She said, and Kurapika said, And she goes, saying, I'm also gonna be a hero. He said, you're gonna be a hero? And a hunter? That's gonna be really hard, And saying, I know, but it's my dream to be both. I mean, being a hero and a hunter will be really nice. I mean, saving people, getting new friends, getting more experience in fighting, all that stuff. Also meeting the high-ranking pro heroes. And yeah, and so I guess you can say I'll be going with you. And she said, okay, let's pinky promise in this. I'm saying, okay. And said, let's pinky promise if we're 18, let's go to the UA entrance exam together. and become heroes. And he said, deal. So basically, they do a pinky promise, and yeah. I think this is gonna be part 0, so well, let's continue. Basically, she goes home and say to her dad, Papa, I'm home. Basically, she go and they see and say, sweetie, said Killua, Gon, and basically Killua said, hey little chap, saying, I met a new friend today, saying, what's his name? His name is Kurapika. And Golden Killua was surprised a little, and saying, wait, his name is Kurapika? Saying, what does he look like? He has blonde hair, gray eyes, and has a little bit chains on his hand. And Golden Killua said, could it be? And basically, they said, congratulations getting a new friend, sweetie, said Gon, and said, yeah, good for you. And saying, can I basically train more? Saying, of course. And basically saying, next week we will be going on a mission. Wanna come with us? And basically she said, would I? I would love to go on a mission with you, too. And saying, going to look at it saying, of course. And yeah, I'll time skip a few years. She's 17. Just want to say she was homeschooled and by her uncle. And yes, she is basically not that much immune to electricity, more like Killua stuff. She can also manipulate her body with her nails. And for one reason, she can also manipulate her eyes to get more good with seeing and like that. And yeah. And basically, the one who's basically tutoring her is Illumi. Illumi is more nicer in this, has sparkle in his eyes, and yeah. She also knows Nanika and Alga. Basically, Alga always visits her in Saturdays or Sundays. Basically, to hang out with her niece. For Kaluto, basically she started teaching her a few things about Nen, like how it could be used for good and evil, and started working on her Nen and other types. Golden Killua also trained her with her Nen. For Hisoka, I guess that she would be a little bit persistent in weapons with him. Because if I'm correct, Hisoka is good with weapons. Absolutely with his cards also, so yeah. Basically, yeah, that's for it. And one day, once a month, she will go hang out with Kurapika because both of them are actually partners slash best friends. So yeah, and basically when they got there, basically when they got there, they started creating this feeling when they're both with each other, warmth and butterflies in their stomach starts to flutter and basically their heart is beating really fast, and they kind of stutter sometimes when they hang out. They always hang out like 2 or 3 days, basically going in a hotel room, basically having fun. Like they have a week off every single month, so yeah. And basically one day in the week for Kurapika and Canela basically are hanging out. Kurapika goes to her and saying, Canela, and she said, what is it, Kurapika? She goes and basically Kurapika said, I wanted to say something. And said, what is it? And saying, would you go on with a date with me? And he said, and she started blushing, saying, I would love to. Kurapika was a little bit in a shock because she actually said yes to going on with a date with him. Basically, they basically gone on a picnic and say in the park at noon below a cherry blossom tree, and they start with date, and it was mostly like sunset, and they were standing. Kurapika said, Canela, and she goes to say, yeah, what is it, Kurapika? Basically, Kurapika holds both of her hands with his and say, I've been building up this feeling ever since I met you. And said, And saying, every time I'm with you, my heart starts to race. I started to get really nervous. And she started saying the same thing, saying, butterflies in my stomach started fluttering. Every time I'm with you, I started panicking in my head. And I just wanted to say that I like you. You both said it in the same unison, and he said, you do? Said Kurapika and say, yeah, I have this feeling ever since we met in the hunter exam, like, 5 years ago. And said, basically, Kurapika, if I'm correct, I'm gonna make him 5'10" and this, and she is 5'8", insane. Of course. And basically he goes to lean in her for a kiss. She was surprised that it's just the first date that they're already been kissing, and she kissed back. And he goes to put a hand on Canela's cheek and saying, I love you, Canela. Would you be my girlfriend? She's looked at him for a second and started saying, of course I would. Why wouldn't I say yes? She goes to hug Kurapika, and basically he gave her a bracelet that has basically a bracelet that has a heart, and for Kurapika has the same bracelet, having put KXK, meaning that they're together. So after the week, they started texting more, voice calling more, and yeah, it was the day that she has to go back home. And she said, don't forget the promise that we made that we were 12, right? And Kurapika said, of course I won't. I still remember everything. I still remember it like it was yesterday. And he said, so what is it? Saying, when we're 18, we're gonna go to the UA entrance exam together. And she said, I know you would say that. And basically, they separate ways. And when she got home saying, Dad, Papa, I'm home. And basically, Gon and Killua goes to say, welcome back, sweetie. Said Gon, coming up to her, hugging her tightly, saying, hi, Dad. Hey, Papa. And basically, Killua goes to say, hey, cheap cake, or cream puff, or should I say kiddo, saying, how's your hanging out with your friend? And basically, Gon looks at her bracelet, Gon looks at her hand, and looking at the charm and saying, KXK. And basically, Gon and Killua look at each other, and Gon and Killua give her the eye and say, KXK, Kurapika X Canela. She said, how do you know? I said, isn't it obvious? It's KXK. I mean, you've been talking to this Kurapika guy. And basically, Kurapika gives her his secret that having his quirk, not a quirk, but when he was born, he always can turn his eyes into scarlet. And he said, basically, they asked if this Kurapika guy has a secret. Did you tell him about your secret? Basically, they both tell secrets to each other, basically who they really are and what they really do in life. Basically, they both accepted each other. Basically, she knows that she can trust her parents on his secret. Basically, she said, Kurapika actually have a secret that he doesn't want to know. If I told anyone, it would be it would be the most private thing that I can tell you, Papa, Dad. And they said, we'll never tell anyone, you promise. And she said, he can, turn his eyes to scarlet. And they were surprised in saying scarlet eyes. And basically they were thinking, Kurapika was reborn. I'm glad he will have a happy life with our daughter. Gon and Killua said in unison in their head. And they said, did you tell him about... She said, yes, I have. I told him that I was a Zoldyck. And that you were my parents. So, yeah. They both say, how about we get your boyfriend into dinner? Said Gon, and saying, are you sure, Papa? And saying, of course we insist. And basically, she goes to give a ring to Kurapika and saying, hey Kurapika. And Kurapika said, hey, what's going on? Is there something wrong? And she said, my parents wanted to invite you to dinner. And he said, did they? Yes, it was obvious. Having a bracelet having KXK. And he said, oh, isn't it? Saying, give me your address. I will be there later. He said, thanks. And basically, she gives her address and he goes to her house and saying, hello? And basically, Killua opened the door and say, "Ah, you must be Kurapika. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm her dad." And basically, he goes in and saying, "Gon." And basically, Gon said, "Ah, you must be your daughter's boyfriend. It's nice to meet you. I'm Gon." And basically, he was surprised that she has two dads. And he think that Gon was a girl for a second, a long time ago, but he was wrong, saying, "Oh, you must be your parent. It's a pleasure to meet you too. You both. I'm Kurapika. It's a pleasure." Basically, he was thinking, do I know they sound look so familiar, but I can't think in my head. Saying, "Oh, come in, come in. Our daughter will basically come down for a minute." And basically, she comes down wearing a crop top, and a dress, a crop top and a skirt. And she said, "Oh, hey, Kurapika. I never knew you came so early." And saying, "I wouldn't miss the world seeing my girlfriend." And basically, he goes to her and basically peck on the lips. And basically, Killua said, "Go to a room, you two lovebirds." And basically, she goes to say, "Dad." I'm saying, I'm just kidding. So, just want to say they have a great time family bonding. They accepted Kurapika as their own future son. And yeah. And basically, after the dinner, he goes back home to his apartment. Yes, he does have an apartment, so basically that's the end of the video. This is part 0, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe. Don't forget to post notification bell. And I will say in a week, next week, my friend will, his name is Sojiro Lu. If you see him in comments, click his channel. Please subscribe to him. He's gonna be an What If YouTuber next week or in May. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Sayonara.